Good afternoon, Mr. Ham. How are you?
I am wonderful, Mr. Claywell. How in the world are you?
I'm doing fantastic. A little tired, but otherwise fantastic.
Yeah, busy work week. It's been just a busy, last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you got Thanksgiving just happened. You got the short work week with that and everybody trying to get everything done and then all the shopping and whew.
Yeah, I was there for 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, but it was 2 crazy days. I mean, we had on Monday career day, so we had a bunch of various speakers that came into the school to talk to the kids, and they traveled around and saw different things. And then in the morning, and then in the afternoon, they traveled out outside. They had KU there, the EMS, fire department, all those guys set up. Bookmobile, the police came and landed one of the choppers in the little football field so that way they could see the chopper and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, our kids really had a good time on Monday. And then Tuesday, of course, that's the last day before Thanksgiving. Crazy day. We had AR, which is accelerated reader. We had rewards for that for word count. I
mean, I was just going to say, you got to watch the letters you throw around when you're talking about schools these days. You're talking about AR.
Yeah, accelerated reader. Yeah, accelerated reader. And then we had Dojo, which is a little program that we use as teachers, and it's that gives them positives or negatives for good things that they've done, or if they were off task or talking or things like that. So we do a reward for kids that hit 80% or above on that as well. So we had both of those on that day, not to mention the fact that it was the last day before Thanksgiving. So it was just nuts. And yeah, but it was very, very, very busy 2 days. And then Wednesday went and worked on the house. We are ready for trusses. Yay!
Nice.
Walls are up.
Awesome. Can they get them up the hill?
No, not yet.
Oh, no.
They tried to deliver them on Wednesday. They got there probably, I want to say about 10:30 that morning. They made it about halfway up the little grade and spun out. And then he backed up and got another run and spun out yet again. After talking to the driver, though, he's like, I'll have no problem getting up there when it dries up a little more. It's just too wet and slick this morning. And I was like, okay, no problem. It was cold too Wednesday, really cold.
Yeah, it was.
The trusses, dude, there was a lot of them. Oh my God.
Well, you don't want your roof falling down.
I mean, it was just I know, but I wasn't, I was expecting a big pile of wood, as far as the trusses go, but I did not expect the amount that was on that truck. And the trusses are 55 feet long.
Wow.
They're
bottom
huge.
part?
Yeah. Okay. Across the bottom. They are massive. So I was like, oh my God. He goes, yeah. He said the dude that was loading them was like, yeah, these are only about 48 foot. And the driver was like, no, these are a lot longer than 48 foot. So he extended his trailer on out because it has this hydraulic extension. And he's like, I'm going to go ahead and extend it out because I don't think that they're just 48 foot. And he's right, because they were still hanging off. I think he said he went out to 52 foot and they were still hanging off the backside of that even. So,
wow.
Yeah. It was a lot of wood there, but I don't know. It's kind of neat though to see them roll up, even if they didn't get them up on top of the hill.
Well, I mean, if they already got them loaded, then yours is going to be the next one's delivered.
Yeah, they're sitting over at the lumber company right now. I drove by taking our person to work today, and I was like, hey, there's our roof sitting there on the back of that truck.
Nice. Now, how long does it take them? I mean, I know those are all. I don't know. That was a total bullshit thing to say. Those are mostly prefabricated, right? I mean, they're already put together when they bring them out. Yeah. So they just have to put them up on the building. Right.
So they come to you, you order them, specific for whatever dimensions you have, right, whatever roof pitch you have. And, they build them and then load them up. They're all bundled together on the back of the truck. They come over and they drop them off. Then it's up to me to have a crane operator to come over and lift them, and we set them.
Okay.
Now I started this design with a hip roof in mind. For those of you who are not contractors out there, hip roof versus a gable roof is
I've heard that word before.
the gable roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so a gable roof is what you see a traditional, like if you told your kid, draw me a house, and they made that nice little triangular shape on the end of it where it's all flat, goes from the bottom of from the ground all the way to the top, and it's all solid there,
Right.
that is a gable end. It's got the nice little triangle shape. Most people will brick up to that gable part, and then they'll fill in the gable with like vinyl siding or something like that.
Okay.
So the other side of it is hip, and that's where the roof doesn't have that nice little triangle. It's actually kind of laid over, so there is no like end to the house. It's all roof on top.
Okay.
And I don't really know how to explain it other than that. It's just it's a 3-dimensional, almost like a pyramid type design. But anyway, so we started with the gable, or started with the hip design. Then talked to them about doing the hip roof, and they said, "Oh, it's going to be really, really, really expensive, like $4,000 or $5,000 more for the hip roof." And I was like, that's not good. And he said, "If you just do a gable roof, that's cheaper on the trusses and all of this." And I was like, "Okay." So then the whole, like for a year there, I had in my head, we're going to do gable. And then whenever I actually go to order the trusses, he was like, "Oh yeah, the truss guy came and he said it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to do a hip roof because of the amount of span that you have and things." I was like, "I thought you said it was more expensive." And he was like, "Yeah, well, it's not." He said the price difference is not really, really that big. He said, but the hip roof is going to be a lot easier to put up. The span is going to be easier to deal with, and he can fabricate the trusses quicker. Like literally, we ordered the trusses on, I want to say it was on a Thursday. The following Friday, they were finished.
Oh, holy cow.
They were fast. And then tried to deliver them this past Wednesday.
So it took them a week from order to get them complete.
Yep.
Once they get them delivered, how long does it take them to
set them? They'll be set in a day.
Oh, so in a day.
Yep.
And then you got to put the roof on top of that, right?
Yeah, sheet all of it to where that way you've got the wood up there, and then I'm going to go with a metal roof on top of that, so no shingles.
So do they do that? Is all that first?
All what first?
So they put the truss up. And then you put the
wood,
plywood or whatever.
Yep.
It's probably not the right stuff, but that's what I picture. Yeah. And then the metal. So that's like the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know you've already got the walls up, but they're just like studs.
To effectively, quote unquote, get it in the dry.
Okay.
That's what you have to get it under roof. So you want your roof on first. You want that finished part there first. Now, I won't be putting gutters and all that kind of stuff up immediately because all of the wood will still be exposed down around the outside edges. So, but you want the roof on there to shed all water away from the inside of the house. Now, after that, I go inside. I've already got all the wood on the outside of the house. Like, it's all solid on the outside.
Okay.
I need to go in and cut out places for my windows and doors because I've got it all.
You don't need any of that.
Yeah, no. I mean, really, if it were me, I'd have no windows at all because I could sleep in a cave. That would be great. But all the places for the windows and doors, they're already framed in. I just got to go through with like a saw and cut the hole out.
Okay.
Then install the windows and doors, brick. And while all of that, like while the bricking is happening, I will be working inside on electrical and plumbing. Then insulate, drywall, floors, trim, cabinets, done.
Okay.
Move in. Of course, bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. You got to get the fixtures and toilets and all that in. But
So I'm learning here as you go. First thing you got to do is with the foundation. Obviously. That's why it's called the foundation.
Foundation. That's your footer. Yep.
Then you do the walls.
The concrete walls came up
and then
after
the roof.
That. No. So you
got... I mean, but I mean all the walls. You did all the walls.
Yeah.
And
we
then
had
the
to pour the floor in the basement because that's concrete floor in the basement.
Okay.
And that built my foundation for building walls inside the basement and like for all of the structure underneath for the top floor, which is where the living floor is. Right. Basement versus living floor. Yeah, and then all the walls went up, trusses, roof.
Okay.
Yeah, and then all of the tedious work on the inside. I did some of that tedious work, by the way, day before yesterday. Yes. What is today is Sunday, right?
Sunday, yeah.
So Friday.
So Black Friday.
Black Friday, everyone was out doing their crazy stuff. Ashley and I had gone over to Lowe's looking for lights for the house because they had a really, really, really good special on LED, like recess lights.
Okay.
And so after we got back, my next door neighbor had, his HVAC unit had died. I think you lived in that house for a while.
Yeah, I did.
You had problems with that HVAC unit as well, didn't you?
Every year.
Seems like Epperson or someone was always out there working on it.
Yep.
So finally, this year, he convinced the people that own the place to purchase a new unit.
Wow.
Yeah. They had called and got a couple of different quotes, anywhere between $8,000 and $11,000 for someone to come in, swap them out, do the electrical, all that, just basically just swapping the units.
Yeah.
So I was like, that seems high to me. And he was like, yeah, well, that's the going rate for a unit. And I was like, I don't think so. So I got on the net and I looked at the same spot that I had bought my HVAC unit a few years ago, and it's still around. It's the AC outlet, I think is what, or AC warehouse or something like that. So anyway, got on there, typed in what system he needed, what the size of the system that he would use. And I was like, do you want to go with a gas unit because that's what you've got now, or do you want to go with electrical, straight electric unit? He goes, I'd rather have electric rather than gas. He said, because the gas bill is crazy with this. And I was like, okay. So I printed off both for him. He took them to his landlord. And he said, listen, and he had gone to the electric company and printed off his last 12 months worth of bill. And it was like, here's my average. It was like almost $400 a month. And, he said, either I can continue to do this and we can patch this system back together. It's going to cost you probably $1,000 to $1,500 to get, because they had the blower unit had just died. He said it'll cost you that much to get that, or we can just buy a new unit. And here they are. And he handed those two papers. After everything was said and done, $2,000 for a new system. Didn't have to really even worry about pulling the Freon off of the old system. It had all leaked out. It was dead. Nice. So there was nothing even in the lines. And then, so it came in on Wednesday. We moved it over and kind of put it in place. He built the little boxes for it. We reworked some of his duct work in there. Friday morning, Friday, I guess it was morning, 10:30, 11 o'clock. I went over there and we started working. By 7 o'clock, 6:30 that afternoon, he had heat in his house. Yay.
Wow.
So, yeah, put the system in, wired it, charged it. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Sounds like a blast.
It's kind of neat, though. I mean, doing things like electrical work, I've not done a whole lot of it.
Right.
We had to install a new breaker in the system, so I had to put in I think he got a 60 amp 2-pole 240 volt breaker.
Right.
And the wire that he got, I kid you not, was like this. If you were to take a nickel, it was like as big around as a nickel for the wire to run that, and ran that all the way back to where the unit is, dropped it down. I went ahead and wired it in. It's the funniest thing. So he goes, after wiring the hardwiring the electrical part, like the power part of it, I was like, okay. I was like, take a look at this, see if you're okay with it. And he's like, it looks beautiful. He looks like an electrician did it. And I was like, awesome, good deal. And then all I did was go, cause we had to get some, extension for the thermostat wire. There's 7 or 8 wires inside it. And I just kind of matched colors, just popped them together, matched colors. And then there was the other end where it goes to the unit. Some of the colors didn't necessarily match.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I was like, I went to my house and took pictures of mine, took the cover off, took pictures of that, got online, watched videos from the company that made the unit. I for almost 45 minutes there, all I was doing was just research. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, we got all the ductwork in place. Everything is good to go. I said, the only thing left is to wire this one spot right here. He goes, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up and I'm going to pour me a glass of bourbon while you wire that up, and I'm going to stand out front while you flip the switch. He said, I want a good view when it goes up in smoke. I want to be able to stand back and watch it. I was like, oh, hell no, you're not. You are going to stay right here with me. So,
not on the control side,
but
just blow a fuse.
That's what I said. I said all of those little like diodes and capacitors and stuff in there. They have blue smoke in them. You don't want to let that out.
Yeah,
stuff doesn't work after the blue smoke comes out of it.
No, not usually.
So, we wired it up, and I flipped the breaker. I said, okay, so I don't see anything happening yet. He goes, yeah, but I haven't thrown this one over here on this. I was like, okay. He switched it. It worked. He said, and I mean, nothing, like no blue smoke. So I was like,
that's good.
Okay. Everything is good so far. He said, let me go up and change the thermostat, see if we can get it to kick on. Dude, he walked upstairs. He hit the thermostat. It kicked on. I was like, okay, here we go. You could smell the coils in there where it was burning in, that first use.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I already feel warm air. And I was like, yeah, it's working.
Well, that's good. That's what it's supposed to do.
That's what it's supposed to do. But man, I'm just going to tell you, I was not very confident of my wiring until it kicked on and everything was good. And I was like,
well, now, so on the control side, you can't really mess anything up too bad. You might blow a fuse, like a little,
either a fuse or
like bus fuse.
Yeah.
But I mean, you really can't.
Only thing you can do is cross your wires up where, like, whenever it says I want cold air, it might kick on hot air.
Yeah.
So you can swap things.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not going to, it's just going to be wrong. It's not going to like blow it up.
No.
Or the other thing you can do is wire in the auxiliary heat coils on the main.
Yes.
So every time it kicks on, it's kicking on the auxiliary heating coils.
Yes.
I've seen that happen before.
I think we did that because those kicked on immediately.
Well, it depends on the temperature differential too. So if like say it was 65 degrees in the house and he set it on 70,
yeah, it would kick those.
They'll kick the auxiliary coils on because you're more than a 2-degree difference from where you want to be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the thermostats usually default to 2 or 3 degrees on that. It depends on the manufacturer and everything, and some of them you can change that.
Oh, that
grace period.
Yeah.
So you can make them like if it's 1 degree, I want the auxiliary coils kicking on.
Oh, I want it to be warm immediately.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so it just depends on the thermostat for that. But,
speaking of thermostat, dude, I think we're going to try to, in the new place, I'm going to go with a Nest. Have you seen those?
I've seen them, but I don't know that they're worth the premium.
Oh, yeah?
They're nice, but you can get thermostats that do everything a Nest does for like half the price.
Well, the one that I was looking at, Ashley had found one for like $110.
Okay, well they've come down then because Nest used to be over $300.
They're like the retail price on them, like standard retail is right at $200, like $180 to $200. She had found a deal on these. I don't know if it was a Black Friday deal or what, but it was like I want to say it was $109 plus like $7 shipping or something like that.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I was watching video. It's the Nest E, dude. Okay. Those things are really cool.
Okay, I haven't seen those, but like the original ones were like $300, and you could buy one from like, what's that? Honeywell.
Yeah, Honeywell or whatever.
It does everything that the Nest does, but they're like $100.
Yeah,
but yeah, if Nest is cheaper, that's good, and I think they're partly owned by Google. So
they are owned by Google, and it like links up with your Google, like Google Home account and everything. So like,
yeah, that's one thing about the IoT stuff that gets me from the technology side of it is like all this vertical proprietaries that are going on.
Yeah, everything is integrated.
Amazon is with Ring,
yeah,
and they've got a thermostat now that I forget which one theirs is, but they've got one that's with them. Google has the other doorbell. Yeah. There's a Nest.
Oh yeah,
thermostat, and another company that does the doorbell thing that Ring does.
Yeah,
that's Google,
and it's all integrated into the Google side of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be the Internet of Things where everything is on a standard, it's not really on a standard. It's still proprietary, which annoys me.
Only talking to, but I mean, where I've got the Google Home like Mini and stuff like that, right. I'm already kind of set up with that. So
yeah, and that's totally what happens. Like you like I'm all on Echoes.
You're on Amazon side of stuff, right?
So if I was, and I've been looking at a Ring doorbell.
Yep.
The only reason I haven't bought one already is because where I have an existing doorbell system, it would be more sense for me to get the professional Ring.
Oh, yeah?
Well, because you can hook it into the hardwired one that's already there.
Oh, cool.
And it gets its power and everything from that. Where the other one is cheaper, but it's battery powered and it doesn't work your existing doorbell system.
Ah.
Like it just works its little app on the phone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've already got the doorbell. It's already wired. I wouldn't have to buy batteries, but the thing is $50 more expensive because it's made to use the hardwire system and it activates the actual bell in the house.
I'm thinking, as far as, because I mean, the Ring really what it does is it's pretty much a camera, right?
It's a motion activated camera,
right,
with our capability for low light,
right? I'm thinking though, how much are they? A couple $100?
The battery ones, I think you can get now for $100.
Okay.
And it does all that, but it's just battery operated, so you got to change the batteries every so often.
Versus the other one's like 150, 160, something like that.
The other one's like 150 or so.
Okay.
And it's just wired in and it gets power from the voltage on the doorbell system.
See, and if I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, why not just go ahead and spend an extra $100 and just buy a security system? 5 or 6 cameras on its own, like, recorder.
They have bundles like that.
Yeah. See, now that I would do, because that way, when you'd have your 5 or 6 cameras, where you could set up your cameras not just at the door, you could have them like all around your different property, your property, looking in all different directions.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the better way to go, simply because if I'm already going to be spending $150, $160, I've seen security systems, $250 to $300 come with like a terabyte hard drive DVR. You hook it up. The only thing it doesn't come with is a monitor, and you just wire it in and you're good to go. And I'm sure I'll be setting something like that up at the house.
So both of those systems, right? Nest and Nest is the other one. So Nest does a doorbell system.
Okay.
That's Google's doorbell system. Amazon has Ring. Amazon bought Ring.
Yeah.
But they both have systems like that. So Nest has a package you can buy that has the doorbell camera. It has, like out here where I've got the motion activated. They have a Ring one of those that's motion activated camera with a spotlight.
Oh, that's nice.
And a loudspeaker and everything. It'll do like a 120 decibel alarm.
Oh, wow.
And it's got a loudspeaker in it, so you can be like, get out of my yard, like really loud. I don't know if Nest does this, but I know Ring has a subscription service that you can pay for, and all of the video and stuff that's recorded is automatically backed up to their cloud service.
Okay. So
any motion activated that triggers the camera, you can go back on their website and look at all the video footage that's been recorded.
That's cool.
And it's minimal. I mean, I think it's like $100 a year or something. So they both have similar systems like that. You can get motion, like inside motion activated things.
Yeah.
That'll alert you that there's motion in the house. That stuff.
That kind of stuff is really cool. And I mean, if I was going to go with the system, that's something like that I would go with, where you would have the multi-point view and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. I thought the Nest was really cool though.
Yeah, they are really neat. If you're going with a lot of that stuff, I would recommend looking at some of the upgraded router systems, like a mesh network system. They're a lot better, especially if you've got a lot of devices. They will tremendously improve your signal reliability throughout the home.
Okay.
And they're a little bit more expensive, but it's basically, usually they come in 3-packs. So it'll be 3 routers that you set up in your house, and you typically control them with like a smartphone app.
Yeah.
And
it's basically piggyback routers, isn't it? They're each one of them sending a signal that are.
Yes. It's one network with 3 broadcast points, and they all work together, and they share the load between them, so that like even if more devices are connected to one of the routers, one of the other routers can still assist with the bandwidth throughput and stuff.
Okay.
And it just increases overall reliability, especially if you start getting over like, I think they typically recommend it for anything over like 30 devices, 30 connected devices. You'll see a pretty good improvement.
And you don't think about that many devices being in your house connected, But the more integrated we get with technology, the more things that are
oh yeah,
dude, it's insane how many things that are pulling off of your Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got cell phones, you got game systems, you got smart televisions, you've got your router or your like TV boxes, you've got then any kind of device like that, like the Google Home or the Nest homes, or the
you got your smart light bulbs.
Yeah,
you got you can get your Amazon voice powered microwave now.
Oh, that's another thing that we bought a our big purchase, our big Black Friday purchase was a new stove and microwave because we got our refrigerator and our dishwasher last year on Black Friday.
Okay, and
this year we got the stove and our stove it has Wi-Fi. I'm like, why does my stove need to know?
So you can set a timer on the stove
through my app, or kick things off and on.
Yeah, and it'll notify you when your timer's up.
Well, now that's cool, but I mean, does my stove really need to be that smart? Do I really need to say, stove, order me a pizza?
Well, it can't order the pizza, but the microwave thing is like that.
I thought you were going to say, but the microwave can.
No, well, it might be able to. They basically built a full Alexa into it. Sorry, everybody, if I just triggered your device. A full Echo Assistant into it. And you can tell it, start a timer, cook. You can throw something in the microwave, but if you don't necessarily want to start cooking it yet and you get busy doing something else, you don't have to stop what you're doing and go push the buttons. You can just say, hey, cook the food for 5 minutes.
Wow. That's cool. I did like the fact that you could tell the like the Google Home thing. Mm-hmm. You could trigger the device, hey, and then tell it, set the temperature too. And then like it would adjust all of that. Another feature that I thought was really cool about it was the walk up features, I guess what they called it. It stays inactive until you walk up to it, and then the display comes on that it's completely dark until you walk up to it. I thought that is pretty cool because I'm very, very, very funny about light in the house. Like I like my bedroom is dark. It is a cave. Mm-hmm. Like if I could put aluminum foil over the windows, I would, but my wife would kill me. But I
don't want it looking like no crack house in here.
No, not at all. We would close the blinds, and I'd put it on the inside of the blinds. So what you'd see from the outside would just be the blinds. I'm just saying. It's not like I've not done that before or anything. I used to work third shift, man. You do what you have to do.
I got you.
But I thought that there was a few features that on their little promo video, and it was like a promo video that I watched, and then there was an unboxing, a guy that just opened it up and installed it and showed how easy it was to do. And I was like, man, this is the way to go.
Yeah, they're really neat.
Yeah. And I liked that you could set it to, and I may be looking at it wrong. I want to say that it set a zone. So like you set a warm and a cold zone, and it would move inside that zone according to what the temperature was in the house. So like you didn't actually have to go and set it from heat to cold like you do with a typical thermostat. Like right now I have one of the digital thermostats, and it's supposed to know, but I still have to manually go, I want to set it to heat and over to cold. This one knows, okay, it's colder in this house now, so I need to turn the heat on.
Yeah.
I will really, 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 really like that. So yeah. It's a cool little design. I'm looking forward to getting one of those, and when I get it in the house, we'll review it. I'll give it a few weeks, see how it does, and then we'll review it.
Nice. People that have them really seem to love them though, so I think you'll like it if you get one.
Cool. That is awesome. Awesome. So aside from all of this techie stuff that we just totally got off on a tangent on there,
that's okay.
What else has been going on? I know you just got back from California not too long ago.
Yeah, I've had a lot of. So the reason we're so far behind in getting an episode out is I've been swamped or unavailable, totally like almost out of the country. So
I've heard that if you're going to someplace in the United States and want to feel like you're in another country, California is the place to go.
And that's where I was. Yeah, Southern California at that, almost Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, literally almost in another country.
Wow.
Yeah, like we drove through I know I told a similar story when we came back, but we drove through some of those border checkpoints again. Where the guys are like, "Oh, 2 white boys, go ahead."
Yeah.
But this time we took 2 weeks out and back, so It wasn't as rushed, and it was so much better.
Yeah.
Last time I felt like somebody beat me with a stick by the time we got back.
Well, I mean all you were doing was driving. It was like you drove literally for like 3 or 4 days to get there.
Yeah, 3 days.
Then you drove all day with. Didn't you have to drive around different checkpoints with Omar as his crew?
I'm stationary in the pit.
Okay. So what do they do? Just go. You're gonna have to explain that to me, because I think whenever he goes on these big massive rides, that I know it's a loop, but there's got to be points. No,
just the pit area. That's it.
Wow.
It's just like a Indy race or something.
So they just go around this one area.
It's like a rectangular track.
Yeah.
It's not even a track. It's just roads. It's roads in the city.
Yeah.
But they basically make a big rectangle. It's an 18-mile rectangle. And then every time they come back around to the pits, if they want to come in and get more water, food, whatever,
they can.
They pull in and get it.
How many miles did he ride in that?
This year?
It's 200 and something, wasn't it?
Almost.
I thought it was
almost. So last year he got 198 official.
Yeah.
Because they only count full completed laps.
Okay.
And he was close to 200. Like he would have gotten 202 because at the end of it, like the last so many hours, they cut it down to a 4-mile track.
Aha.
So you can get more completed laps because they only count completed laps.
Right.
So they try to help you as much as they can, because that would suck if you were,
if you were like
10 miles in,
and you couldn't count any of those miles. Yeah.
So they do that. They shorten the track down. So at the end, it's only 4 miles. Last year, he got like 198, and he was really disappointed because he wanted 200. He trained hard all year this year for the distance. He trained, and he even did a couple of trainer rides, 12 hours. Wow. Which is insane. And
I can't imagine crawling on my bike and 12 hours later getting off of it.
Yeah, I would never want to do it. And I've ridden like 9-10 hours. And by the end of that, I was literally thinking I could not keep going.
Yes.
So I can't imagine another 2 hours, 3 hours on top of that. Like it's just, it's mind boggling to me. But this year, like I said, he trained hard all year. He put forth a lot of effort on it. But when we got out there this year, the temperatures were almost 100, and it beat everybody up. And he got 194 miles this year, and he was really sad. Not like crying or upset or anything, but he really wanted to get, and he really felt like with the training that he would be able to get like 220.
Yeah.
And
wow.
So he felt really bad. Personally, I think it's amazing.
I agree. 194 miles on a bicycle in 12 hours?
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. That's way better than I can do.
You and I have ridden motorcycles. Mm-hmm. Our motorcycles, not even 12 hours, and gotten like 300 to 400 miles. I think that big trip that we took with your mom and Terry, all the way to E-Town down to Bowling Green and back, was just a little under maybe 300 or 315.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. We left that morning at like 9 o'clock and didn't get home until like 9 o'clock. So now, mind you, a lot of stops in between, walking around and stuff like that. But I can't imagine that on a bicycle.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's amazing that he can do it. But he was disappointed. I think he did a phenomenal job. But like I said, we took 2 weeks this time, and one of the things he really wanted to do was see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
That's like one of his bucket lists. I want to see the Grand Canyon before I die. And the cynic in me was, oh, come on, man. It's a big hole in the ground.
Hey, that's the way I was whenever we went.
Yeah, exactly. And so we roll up, and I got to tell a little bit of a story to go along with it. So we roll up there, and it was late in the day. When we got there, it was golden hour for photography. Right at sunset. We got a couple of good shots. I took a couple of long exposure shots after it got dark. You can see the moon in the sky, and if you use your imagination, you can see the canyon. You can see it. It's just kind of a darker outline on a darker background. But anyway, and then he's like, okay, well, we left.
That was it, huh?
And yeah, we were rolling out. And I was like, oh man, that sucks that we didn't get to spend more time. And he starts talking and he says, yeah, I'm going to have to call the hotel in California and see if we can check in a day early. And why do we need to check in a day early, Omar? I don't understand. Well, we're going to get there
a day before
I originally thought. And I said, well, why?
Why don't we just hit the Motel 6 right over here?
Why don't we just stop at a hotel here and go back to the canyon tomorrow? So, you really want to see the canyon, dude. Why don't we just stay the night and go back to the canyon and spend all day tomorrow? Like, if we have an extra day, let's
make good of it.
Yeah, I was like, this is one of the things you wanted to do, man. Let's grab a hotel here and go back to the canyon tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, it's $35. I'm like, dude, your pass is good for 7 days. Like, the one pass you bought is the cheapest one you can get. Is good for 7 days.
Okay, well, what kind of pass?
To go into the park, you have to pay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I remember doing that.
It's like $35.
Yeah.
But they give you a little thing that's good for 7 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's good for 7 days. So let's just go get a hotel and turn around and go back.
And see it all tomorrow.
Yeah. He goes, holy crap. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. So we got a hotel. We went back the next day. And here's the story part, okay? So when we left here, it was the last week of October. It was getting cold. It was in the 30s.
Right.
And I'm packing up, getting ready to go. And I'm thinking, all right, we're going to the Southwest. We're going to be in the desert. Shorts and T-shirts.
Shorts and T-shirts. That's the thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, I'll wear like a couple of pairs of pants in case we go like kind of rough hiking, because I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I don't know what the terrain's like, but like around here, if I go hiking through like a forested area,
you wear jeans.
I wear long pants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, just in case it's like a lot of scrub brush or something, I'll wear long pants so I don't scratch my legs all up.
Right.
And that was the only reason I packed anything. And they were kind of lightweight long pants. They weren't like heavy long pants. So we get down there, we get in the hotel room. We wake up the next morning and I check at my phone to text messages, Facebook, whatever. Glance up and look at the weather. It was 29 degrees. Yeah.
You brought Kentucky weather with you, did you?
Yeah, we took it with us.
Didn't realize I packed that in the bag.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Sorry about that, folks.
Wow.
Yeah, and the weather back here that same day was in the 50s, by the way.
So you just took it with you, and then when you finally let it out of the bag, it came back to us, huh?
Yeah. Apparently it worked back up this way again. But holy smokes. From the time we left until we got to California, that was about the temperature range, 30s to 50s.
Wow.
Like in the morning, it would be low 30s. And then by the afternoon, it would get up to the 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
But we just stayed in the hotel for like 2 hours.
Just to stay warm.
To try to wait for it to warm up some. But we go back to the Grand Canyon, and I do have to say, holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big hole in the ground, but damn, that's an impressive hole in the ground.
It is a big hole in the ground. Yeah.
I wasn't really prepared for the striations. The different colorations in the rock.
Yeah.
And just, I took a bunch of pictures and I posted a bunch of pictures.
And they are gorgeous, by the way.
Well, thank you. But the scale of it just doesn't correlate.
That's where I was lost, I think. When we were there, there were some pretty big fires that were going on the other side of the canyon.
Right.
So everything was it wasn't foggy, but it was just kind of, there was definitely smoke in the air. You could smell it, you could see it. So a lot of the color was muted.
Right. Yeah.
And the scale of it was so big, and where everything was kind of muted, it was almost like you were looking through a fog. We lost a lot of the detail. And I'd like to go back and see it again, simply because we didn't get I don't feel like I got a good experience the first time. When we got there, I want to say, when we rolled in to Grand Canyon, it was probably 11 o'clock in the day. We went up, and there's kind of a loop, and it comes back, and then you can head back down toward the interstate.
Yeah.
And we stopped multiple times across up at the canyon itself. Even did you guys stop at the little place where you could go into like the Native American like the little buildings that they built. There was one of them that was like a tower, like a stone tower.
Yeah, I think that was the first place we went on the South Rim. South Rim. Yeah.
So we went there and we were in that and stuff, and got to see a lot of that stuff. But I mean, by the time we left at 4 or 5 that afternoon, I was like, it's a big hole in the ground. And I think it was simply because we couldn't see a whole lot because of the fires.
I mean, possibly, yeah. But I was blown away, especially because, I don't know, I like that kind of stuff. But when we came back in the morning, it wasn't smoke, but there was, I don't know if you want to call it fog or clouds.
Yeah.
Because the scale of the canyon, just if you want some hard numbers, averages a mile deep.
Right.
And 10 miles across.
That's huge.
So, from the floor of the canyon, we're a mile high.
Right.
On average. So I don't know if you want to call that fog up there or if that's clouds, because it's ground level for us, but it's a mile off the ground if you're in the canyon.
True. Very true.
So I don't know what the term for that would be, but it was really amazing with the sun coming up and you had all these clouds, fog, whatever, floating, kind of hanging in the upper regions of the canyon.
See, I'd love to go down in the canyon. I'd like to do the raft thing down there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I know you're not a big water but I think that would be fun. I think just to paddle down the river, down through the canyon, and see it from bottom up would be amazing.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to go back and see it again. Now, in the same day, we also went. We were leaving Las Vegas. Leaving Las Vegas, isn't that a song?
It's a movie. Okay. I don't know.
So we were leaving Las Vegas and we came across Hoover Dam. Did you guys go across?
No, we didn't go to Hoover.
Oh, have you ever seen Hoover?
No.
I was more impressed with Hoover than I was with Grand Canyon.
Oh, wow.
It was just phenomenal. Lake Mead, what you could see of it was beautiful. And then the other side, where, you're looking 300 foot down and to think that that's all man-made was just unbelievable. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
I got a few pictures of it, but yeah. Anyway,
nice. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So when we left the canyon, we went. Well, on the way into the canyon, I think. God, I'm so confused now.
Where did you guys stay at? Like what hotel? Do you know?
I have no idea. I know down the street from where we stayed at the canyon there it wasn't at the canyon. It was like 35, 45 minutes away.
Right.
But down the street was
really nothing
was
right
like
at
a
the canyon.
Flintstones themed hotel.
I was going to say, did you see the Flintstone one?
Yeah, we didn't stay there.
Yes.
But yeah, we stayed at one closer, one more closer to the canyon.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly where you were at.
All the ones we stayed at, it was so the one we stayed at was formerly like a facility for ranch hands.
Yeah.
Like the hotel itself was actually their living quarters, their bunks quarters.
Oh, cool.
And they converted it over to like a hotel, and all of the rooms had different like old timey, like our room was Annie Oakley.
Oh, that's really cool.
Then there was one that was like John Wayne and all these other people. But
the Flintstone one, that one was just kind of a random thing that as we were driving by, I was like, Fred Flintstone and I think Dino and like all of it, that stuff is. I was like, and we drove by and was like, that is cool. I think we've got a couple of pictures of that as we were driving by, and that's the way we went into the canyon on that side.
Okay, so the next morning we went back that way.
Yeah,
and I will tell anybody that if you're driving past the Flintstones place going towards the Grand Canyon, don't wait until the last town with the 2 roundabouts in it to stop, because holy goodness, wow, we went to McDonald's.
Yeah,
I'm thinking McDonald's, just stop and get a coffee and a sausage biscuit. $6 for $1 coffee and $1 sausage biscuit here.
Oh yeah, that's the way it was when
gas was $4 a gallon only in that town.
Yes. That's the way it was when we left out of Denver, Colorado. Because we thought when we left out of Denver, Colorado and headed up into the mountains, there's a McDonald's like right as soon as you get into the Rockies. And we had left out, we had eaten at IHOP, and I don't think we had filled up in Denver. And we stopped up there to fill up. And of course, we're driving a Yaris.
Right.
That thing would sip fuel. Mm-hmm. So, like, we pull in, fill up the Yaris, and I want to say that the fuel at that point, now, remind you, this was in 2007. So, this when gas prices were kind of high, like pretty high. Average price in Denver, I want to say, was $2.70-ish, $2.80. It was like right at $4 a gallon up there. And we're talking, you could look down and literally see Denver.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah,
that place, gas was $4. The last place we filled out the day before was like $2.20.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, once you get into California too, gas prices weren't bad. Mm-mm. That when in LA they were rough.
Yeah, in LA, but where we were, it's like a lot smaller town, and gas was like $2.20 something, $2.30 something.
Yeah,
which was about average for everywhere we were.
We had stopped at I think it was not. Yeah, it was Baker, California, just inside California line, probably 20, 30 miles, something like that. There's a little pull off. I mean, literally, when you come off the interstate, their main street is the off ramp. It just makes like a road, and then there's an on ramp, and that's their whole town. That's it. Nice. There's little like restaurants and a couple like little hotels, like mom and pop hotels, and a couple little stores. Has the world's largest thermometer. It used to be anyway. It was like 40 foot tall. Did you see that? It's on I-10, Interstate 10 as you're going into California.
No. We went in on I-8 last time, and we came out on not an interstate this time.
Oh, okay. So anyway, when we went there, we stopped and filled up because that's the last spot you can stop to fill up before you get to like Baker and Barstow and all that over on the other side of the Mojave. Right. So we stopped and filled up there, and it was like you say, it was like $2.42, something like that a gallon, because that was kind of the normal price for that time. When we got into LA, it was like $4.80 a gallon.
Ouch.
Yeah. And we had to fill up to come back because it was just, yeah. I couldn't believe the difference. And there's the pumps, the handles on the pumps were so weird in California because they've got that sleeve so that way nothing spills.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And like you had to force like the nozzle down into the car and hold it there. And I was like, really? So, but yeah.
Yeah.
California's a neat place though. It's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah. It's but man, the weather's so nice. Typically, if it's not on fire,
it was beautiful there. I mean, we went into we left out of Las Vegas that morning. We went across the desert because like we were in the same situation you guys were in. We would have had to called and said, "Hey, we need to check in early,"
right?
Because we couldn't check into our hotel until like that evening at like 4 or 5, something like that. And that our time, of course. And so we were like, hey, we've been driving an average of 800 miles a day for the last 2 or 3 days. It's only 270 miles over to Los Angeles. Why don't we just go over there and see what that's all about and drive back, and we'll check in the hotel tonight. So Ashley's like, all right. So we jumped in the car. We took off out of Las Vegas, drove across the desert, drove into LA, coming off of the mountains down into the valley. One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life, because you've got the city, and then on the backside of it, the ocean, and it just, it was gorgeous. Other than the smog. There's always smog hanging over LA.
Yeah, it's better now than it used to be, though.
Yeah. This was like, say, 2007. It was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like when I was out there, it was in the 90s, and it was really bad.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So got into LA, and I'd always heard driving in LA is a nightmare. But I would honestly rather drive in LA, or at least on that day, than I would drive through Atlanta. Atlanta is terrible to drive through.
The problem with LA is rush hour.
See,
as long as you avoid rush hour, it's fine.
Yeah, we weren't in rush hour.
But if you get in rush hour, I mean, expect wherever you're going. I don't care if you're going 2 miles. Add 45 minutes onto your drive.
Really? It's just gridlock.
There's just like everybody has a car in LA.
Yeah.
And they all want to be on the road at the same time.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not on the road at the time they're all on the road, it's fine. Yeah, there's no problems usually. But yeah, once like from 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning, forget it. And then from like 4 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, parking lots everywhere. But other than that, it's good.
We were on, I think we were on I-10 coming in, and there were so many things that iconic things that you think of with California, especially Los Angeles, Beverly Hills and all that kind of stuff, and Hollywood. And you think, the big sign, the Hollywood sign, and and you got the Chinese theater and the walk of all of that, a lot of that stuff is not like what they show on TV.
Was anymore. Right. Yeah.
Like the Hollywood sign was so little. I was so unimpressed with it.
Yeah.
Like Ashley's like, when we spotted it, I was like, "Hey, there's the Hollywood sign." And she was looking at the mountain. She's like, "Where?" And I was like, "Right there."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Where?" And I was like, "It's right there. See the way the mountain kind of dips down?" And I was like, "It's right there." And she goes, "That's not it." And I was like, "That's it.
Yeah,
I don't see another one anywhere around." Mm-hmm. And it's just so tiny from where we were at.
Yeah.
And I was like, it looks so much bigger every time you see it on TV.
Well, it's because they're standing a lot closer.
Oh, obviously. But it's a neat place to visit. I wouldn't care a bit to go back again. Like I say, just another trip out west. And I honestly can say I enjoyed the drive. I enjoyed seeing things from the ground. Yeah. I enjoyed seeing things from the ground because there's so much you miss from flying.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll never forget going through Glenwood Canyon in Colorado through the mountains.
Yeah, we didn't go through that.
Oh my God. I would drive back there today just simply to see that place. It is so beautiful.
Nice.
I'll never forget that, how flat it was through Nebraska and Kansas. I mean, it's just nothing flat. That's pretty amazing. Going through Utah, I mean, it was Wile E. Coyote country. I mean, it looked like what you see in the cartoons.
Yep.
And then the desert. I was I was expecting a lot with the desert, just simply because you think, okay, this is a wasteland, but it's not. Like, you get out there, it's hot and everything like that. But
it depends on where you are. Yeah, exactly.
The Joshua trees and everything everywhere. That was really neat to see. And then, like, coming back from LA that night, because we didn't get back to Vegas until like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We stopped on one of those little pull-offs that you can go into the desert, and got out of the car just to see what it's like. Beautiful. The sky, I mean, it's just so crystal clear, and the stars.
Yeah, once you get away from the light pollution of the cities and stuff. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And the wind was so strong. I mean, it was like, it would blow you down. I was like, and cold. Like, I was like, 114 in the day and like 40 at night. I was like, it's an experience though.
Yeah, it was. And so you talking about a while ago about what you see on TV and what you expect.
Yeah.
So we left the bike race, and the first place we went was Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 8-hour drive.
Right.
Something like that from where we were. So we roll into Vegas. It was late, like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And we get in, we check into a hotel.
Where did you guys?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You didn't say like on the Strip or anything?
No.
Okay.
Because when we got there, it was on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And the rooms are ridiculously expensive on the Strip on the weekend. So we stayed in, I forget, it was like a suburb. It's where we actually stayed. But we checked into the room, got dressed up a little bit, went down, and it just so happened my boss had just left Vegas on a plane as we were getting there. And I had been texting him, and he's, "Oh man, you got to go check out Fremont Street."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I have no idea what that is, but I'm probably never going to go to Vegas again. So I want to check it out. So me and Omar drive down, we find a free parking garage, park, and go down to Fremont Street. Cause I kind of have heard about this, the Strip with like all the big hotels.
Right.
And from like a tourist, I mean, if you're staying there, that's great. But just from like walking around tourist perspective.
Yeah. They're so big that you like walking from one hotel to the next. It's like a 3 or 4 block walk.
Yeah, exactly. So we went down to Fremont Street first, which if you don't know, it's like it's kind of like 4th Street Live in Louisville or something.
Yeah, it's a big pavilion top place.
Yeah, it's a big, there's no cars allowed. It's just foot traffic.
Yep.
And it has the world's largest continuous display.
Yes.
The whole roof of the street, which is covered, is one giant screen for about 2.5, 3 blocks. So it's a massive screen above your head. And there's all kinds of stuff. There's street performers down there doing various kinds of acts. We saw contortionists. There was show girls.
Yeah. Magicians. The
creepiest thing I saw was these dudes with like completely shaved. They were both a little heavy set and they were wearing cloth diapers and they had like these weird ugly baby heads on.
What?
And they were like shaking these giant baby rattles and like doing all these weird poses and trying to get people to take their picture because that's how they make money.
Right.
Yeah. They do it for tips. They're not allowed to like ask for money.
Right.
Yeah, it was just weird. There was all kinds of stuff going on down there. And the coolest thing to me was like in the middle of the street, they had this huge stage set up. And the stage is always there. And there's various performers and stuff going on. When we were there, it was like this kind of Cirque du Soleil type show with all these acrobatics and stuff.
That's cool.
When Smith was there was like a rock band that was just out playing.
That's
and
very
they put
cool.
on like a show. So that was kind of neat. I got just outside of the covered area of Fremont Street. They had some stuff from Burning Man.
Oh, nice.
And
cool.
they had this giant thing called the Mantis, which is like, have you seen like the military, like missile trucks?
Yeah.
It looked like one of those, but the whole part where the missiles would be was this giant metal praying mantis, and it shot like 20-foot flames out of its antenna.
Oh, wow.
Just randomly. It was like you just be standing there and you hear and just flame would just shoot out of it. And it was pretty neat. But to tie to what you were saying earlier, I got totally sidetracked. The what you expect.
Yeah.
So every time you see a movie in Vegas, they're rolling in. You see the big "Welcome to Vegas" sign. You see the Golden Nugget. You see the big cowboy standing there waving. That's all gone.
I mean,
Vegas
it's not
sign
all
is
gone.
Still there. It's not all gone.
Right.
That is Fremont Street now.
Well,
so the Golden Nugget is on Fremont Street. The big cowboy, you can barely see. It's still up in like the rafters of Fremont Street.
But it's not lit.
But it's not lit up.
Yeah.
So it's
now the Welcome to Vegas sign, or the Welcome to Vegas and you are now leaving Vegas sign.
Right.
We found it at the other end of the main strip, down toward just past the airport. There's a Chili's down there, or an Applebee's or something, and it's like right beside it.
Oh, okay.
And there was places you could pull off and like, so you could get like pictures and stuff there with the sign.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So it is there. It's just not where you think it would be. It's like coming in from the California side on the main strip there. Yeah.
So we did that. We did the Fremont Street thing.
Yeah.
Omar was a bit of a fuddy-duddy about it, so I made him pay. I took my camera.
Yeah.
And I had the big speed light on it.
Yeah.
And we were going back to the car, and I was like, dude, that was cool. He's like, Omar says, it was all touristy stuff. And I was like, come on, man, that was fun.
Yeah.
So we go to get in the car, and I just put it on burst mode and just pointed it like right in his face and was just like, flash, 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 flash.
Yeah.
So the only other thing I wanted to see was the fountains at the Bellagio.
Yes.
Touristy, whatever, I know, but I wanted to see
They're
it.
amazing.
So we went down, but oh my Lord, did I tell you this story? So we moved the car and we found a parking garage closer, because that's a pretty good ways from Fremont Street. And we parked kind of close to it, the first free parking garage we could find. I plug it in on the phone. We want to go to the Bellagio. We're on foot, and it's like, okay, go this way.
Yeah.
All right.
Did it put you through some seedy places?
Oh my God. We come out of the parking garage, and it has us walking down this little tiny alleyway with like that orange mesh construction
this is the
fencing
stuff that you see on CSI Las Vegas, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's this little dark alley, and we come out into another really long, poorly lit alley.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought Vegas was all lights and glitz. Like, what the hell?
Now you get off of the main beaten path, and it's no longer lit.
So I'm looking at the phone, and the phone's like, turn left and go to the end of this and turn right, and you're like, right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we turn left and we start walking. And it reeks. There's garbage everywhere.
Yeah.
We see a few people sitting like up against the building smoking. I mean, they look like employees.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, okay, we must be on like the backside of a building. And we come to a couple of like loading docks. And then we see this guy in full Marine dress uniform.
Like, oh, are you talking like dress? Like we're talking Class
Dress
A's?
blues. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like the full Marine sword, hat, sharp dress blues with the gold buttons. And, walking down the alley, and he turns and walks towards one of these loading docks, goes between a semi-trailer that's parked and like jumps up into the loading dock and starts walking through it. And me and Omar are both like, what the hell is that about? And I look at Omar and I said, this is like how horror movies and shit start. I'm like, somebody is going to come out of this building and brutally murder us in this dark,
and we are going to
alley.
end up on an episode of CSI.
Exactly. Wow! Dun, dun, dun. So we get to the end of the alley, and there's a locked fence gate at the end of the alley. We can't go out that way. So we turn around and go back, and I'm like, I'm just going to ask. So there's two people smoking. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you.
How do we get to the Bellagio?
How do we get to the Bellagio? Like, my phone says to go this way, and they're like, oh, you can't go that way. It's locked off.
Go through the loading dock.
No. He tells us to go down to, he's like, you see that? Yes. Go there and turn right, and that'll take you through the hotel, and you'll pop out on the other side, hang a right, you'll be at the Bellagio.
Yeah.
Dude. We walked, I swear to you, we walked for like 3.5 miles.
Oh, goodness. Which hotel were you in?
I have no idea. I could, the Silver Star or the something star?
Yeah.
I don't know. Jesus.
They're huge, aren't they?
We didn't even go into the hotel.
No, so you're just kind of skirting the outside?
It was like where the cars go through to drop people off.
Oh, my Lord.
And we walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. And I was like, holy shit, Omar. I was like, we're just going to have to go back to the car. I was like, I'm tired. So we finally get there, though. We finally made it. We get to and so Omar's got to think, his watch is like my watch, but I'm dumb. I didn't know this stuff. You can take our watch and save your location.
Thank God you did with the car, huh?
Well, Omar's in the habit of doing that. So when we got out of the car, he saved the location. So we finally get to the fountains. It played a song, but I was trying to do everything, and I didn't realize, and stuff was wrong because my camera was still set up for the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And I had been on Fremont Street and tried to take a few pictures, but it's so busy and there's so many people that I wasn't really being critical. I was just snap, 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 snap.
Right.
When we got to the Bellagio, I was like, snap. Oh, that looks terrible. Snap. Oh, that's so bad. What is wrong? Oh, I've got it set to ISO 100 with like everything set for like bright light.
Right. And
landscape photography.
Here you are in the dark.
Yeah. And here we are at night, and I'm trying to take pictures of stuff. So the first one, just nothing worked out. The second one it played was, I think, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Yep.
And the coolest thing to me was at one point they had all the fountains shooting straight up, and they had the lights strobing in a manner that looked like a pair of legs moonwalking through the water beams.
That's cool.
And I was like, okay, now that was freaking sweet. So we watched the show. I got some video. I put it up on the internet's somewhere, and I got a few pictures, and I was like, okay. And Omar's just
touristy stuff.
It's touristy bullshit. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So we go back to the car, and he pulls it up on his watch, and the watch doesn't give you like turn by turns. It just points.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what that location you saved is that way.
Yeah.
So we start walking and we get towards down this alley, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Here we are at this.
We're on the other side of that gate now. I'm like, this is what it's taking us. It's pointing us straight towards the other side of that locked gate.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking, I'm like, I don't think it is. And Omar's like, no, yeah, we're going straight back to that locked gate. And I'm like, nah, I think the parking garage is right there. I think that's the garage we parked at. And he's like, no, I don't think it is. And I'm like, I think it's that parking garage. And we walked down a little bit, and there was a like 1.5 foot wide section of fence that was not missing. It was never installed.
Right.
And there was a little step, like concrete poured steps right there. Literally all we had to have done was walk up those stairs and through that little cut in the fence. We didn't see it because it was so dark.
So in other words, you took a 3.5 mile detour.
Yes.
And you could have been there in 1,500 feet.
It took us about 15 minutes to walk back to the car.
Oh my gosh.
I was so pissed.
Oh,
I was like, you mean all we had to do was walk through that little hole in the fence and we would have been there? And that jackass sitting out there smoking was like, no, you got to walk all the way around. Thanks a lot, Las Vegas employee hotel guy.
We stayed at the Mirage. So we stayed on the Strip.
That's the big pyramid one, right?
No, that's the Luxor.
Oh, okay.
The Mirage is the one where Siegfried and Roy's tigers are. It's the one with the volcano.
Okay, yeah.
So like we stayed there, and like I'd gone on like whatever website booking or kayak or whatever way back in the day that was 07, and went ahead and booked it like 6 months out. So got the rooms dirt cheap.
Right.
So we had stayed there, and I want to say we were on like the 19th floor or something like that. Maybe it was even further up than that. But anyway, we had this like panoramic view of the city. It was beautiful. It was the same time that Cirque du Soleil was doing the Beatles thing, Love. I don't know if they're still doing that one or not, but they were doing that. And like we would walk out. We walked out of that hotel, and we would just kind of walk different places. On one side of us was Treasure Island. On the other side of us was Caesar's Palace. And we walked, kind of back and forth between those. And then across the road was the Venetian. And we walked all the way through that one. That's where they've got $1 million sitting in glass.
Oh, yeah. And they got the little gondola thing. You can ride the gondolas through.
Yeah. And got to see all of that stuff. The two big things that we wanted to do though while we were there, we didn't even go to Fremont Street. I wouldn't have even known how to get to Fremont Street. So I wouldn't have
known anything about it if my boss hadn't said specifically, you got to check out Fremont Street.
Yeah, my cousin came back like a couple of years after that. He's like, "Oh, did you see Fremont?" And I was like, "I don't even know what that is." He's like, and he showed me pictures, and I was like, "That would have been so cool."
Yeah, it's really neat.
But the two big things we wanted to do while we were there, we wanted to see one of the Cirque du Soleil shows.
Right.
So we saw one of those. And I wanted to go to Madame Tussauds, the wax museum.
Oh, yeah.
And we did that. And both of those were phenomenal. We spent like one entire day just hanging out in Circus because they have all of the free circus acts that go on in their lobby. And
cool.
You could go in and just sit around in there and watch the circus acts. They had restaurants in there, and then of course the casinos. We went over to the Hilton. They were having they're like that whole summer was, I think a Star Trek movie had just come out, and their whole casino was Star Trek themed. Well, so they had like Klingons walking through serving people, and the Enterprise was like giant, hung from the ceiling. And
yeah, one of the hotels did that for like 3 years though.
It may have been that one then. It was the Hilton. It was
okay.
Yeah, it was awesome to see that. We went to New York. And that's actually where we had to go to see the Cirque du Soleil show that we went to. We didn't go into the MGM Grand or the Luxor.
Okay.
But, and then, of course, the Bellagio, I saw it from the road more than anything because, like, it was like 3 or 4 hotels down. And like you said, it was like 3 or 4 blocks per hotel. Yeah. So it was like a mile and a half or 2 miles up the road, and it was 107 degrees. I was like, we'll just hang out here.
Yeah, and that was the good thing for us. It was at night. Yeah. Like when we were in Vegas, it was probably from 10 till about 2 in the morning.
Yeah. It's a neat place though, and when you're driving up and down the main strip, the lights are amazing. Like even the McDonald's has like the tracer lights and the it's crazy.
Yeah, everything's sparkly.
Everything is sparkly. It's a beautiful town, and I don't know. And coming back out of the desert, that the Luxor, you was talking about the pyramid. Yeah. You can see that light for like 40 miles.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know if it's true, but I've heard you can see it. They can see it from the ISS when they go over.
I'd say you probably can. I know they have to have a special permit because it's so bright.
Wow.
Like as far as like the airport and stuff there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So another thing we did is after we left Vegas, we stopped by and saw our buddies Jake and Jake.
Jake and Jake?
Yeah, Jake and Jake from Brothers Quarrel.
Yeah. I thought it was Bob and Bob.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Somebody else. I had somebody else on my head. So we stopped by and stayed with Jake for 2 days just to get out of the car for a while.
Right.
Which was amazing. Thank you for letting us stay at your place, Jake. And Sarai. Thank you guys so much. And while we were there, of course, we stopped by and Omar and I did a little guest spot on their podcast.
Hey, you should go check that out, by the way, Brothers Quarrel.
Well, maybe not that episode, though, but they're funny.
They are funny.
They're great. Very hilarious. But we stopped by and stayed with them for a couple of days. They live in Salt Lake. Salt Lake City, basically.
I've never been to Salt Lake. We were south of Salt Lake.
Right. So one of the other big things I wanted to see was Denver. I didn't really want to go into Denver, but I just kind of wanted to see Denver because in my head, Denver, the Mile High City, it's in the Rockies, the mountains.
But it's not. It's in a valley.
Well, but it's the Mile High City in Denver, the Colorado, the mountains. Yeah. That's in my head, right? That's what it is.
What you see on TV, that's what you expected.
Yeah. So, but we came up from Vegas to Salt Lake, which was about another 8 or so hour drive.
Right.
And we stopped to see Jake and Bob. And to me, though, Salt Lake is what I pictured in my head that Denver would be.
Oh, really?
Salt Lake is kind of in a valley.
Yeah.
But it is literally surrounded by mountains.
Right.
No matter where you go in that city, look up and look around you, and you've just got these beautiful scenic vistas of the mountains off in the distance with the snow caps.
Yes.
And everything, no matter where you look. Unless you're like in downtown Salt Lake proper. And then the high rises are everywhere.
All you're seeing is
But anywhere else you go, like in the suburbs or anywhere, just so beautiful.
I heard that.
And that's in my head what I pictured Denver would be. So we stayed with Jake for 2 days. And Sarai. Thank you. And I think the day I got home, I saw on the internet this thing called Evermore. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh, is this the theme park?
It's the like live action role playing theme park.
My wife shared that.
Okay, I guess that's where I saw it.
Yes.
We literally drove like 10 minutes past it.
We got to go and do that.
And when I got back here and saw that, I was texting Jake. I was like, "How did you not take me to this?" And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" You live there, Jake. How do you not know this is a thing? It's literally like 15 minutes from your house. And you're a huge nerd just like I am. Like, how do you not know that exists? He's like, "I've never heard of it. What is it?" And I'd send him the link for the video.
Yeah.
He's like, "Holy shit, we have to do this." And I'm like, "Yes, we have to do that. Why did we not do that when I was there?" But yeah, so that would have been, so I told him, I was like, "I'm coming back.
And we're doing this.
And we're going to Evermore."
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I'm coming back and we're going to go do this. So I am going back to Salt Lake at some point and we're going to Evermore.
That is awesome. It looks amazing.
It looks so fun.
It does. Go talk to people and get quests. And
you get quests and you go complete the quests and you turn it in and they give you rewards.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It is live action D&D.
Yeah. In a theme park.
Yes.
I mean, that's great. I was so excited.
Yeah, that was really cool. My wife shared that, and I was like, I first started watching it, I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Is this like some Ren Fair, some like on like, turned up to 13? And then it was talking about I was like, this is something that people can go like do. This is a theme park. I was like, I got to go and do this. So yeah, it looked really cool.
Yeah. I hope to get to check it out. Yeah. Maybe next year when I have some more vacation time that I can take.
I will say this, the one thing that I did on the, we were talking earlier about, of course, the hotels and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. If for anyone out there that is going to try to take a trip like this, go out west, just kind of drive and see the country, plan where your stops are. Because there was one hotel that Ashley and I stayed in just this side of Denver, probably 30 miles or so this side of Denver. If I would have seen that in daylight, we would have driven on by.
Oh, wow.
Bates Motel has nothing on this place. Yikes. It was insane. It was crazy that we survived through the night there. It was, wow. I still can close my eyes and see the little building, and the guy that came to, like, walked in and to check in, and you ring the bell.
Right.
And the guy that came up, and I'm sure I've told you this before, but the guy that came up to check me in was wearing a towel, and that's all. Yeah. He had evidently been in the shower because he had like a little apartment behind the counter, like behind and he, like, when he heard the bell ring, he came out with his towel on. I checked in, and I came back to the car and I just sat down. Ashley's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, he was not wearing anything except a towel. I don't know what was going on back there, but that was weird. And she's like, "Okay, did you get us a room?" I was like, "Against my better judgment, yeah." So we went around on the other side of the little building. And I mean, when we opened the door hit the bed. That's how small the rooms were. I mean, it was crazy. That next morning when we got up and I went to turn the key in and we saw the building and saw where we were at, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we slept here. We would have been safer sleeping in the car in the middle of the desert.
Wow.
It was insane. Wow. So anyway.
So the last place we stayed coming back was just on this side of Denver. The hotel itself was fine. But we woke up the next morning and I went down to get the free breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the cafeteria eating, and they got the TVs on in there. And I look up at the TV, and I started freaking out. They're talking about the roads are closed, 1.5 feet of snow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, where is that? Like, are we stuck here? Like, can we go home today? And so a couple other guys come in, and I'm like, do you guys know where that is, where they're talking about? If we had stopped an hour sooner the night before, we would have been stuck on the other side of the mountains.
Oh.
The mountains coming up from Salt Lake into Denver, all of the roads were closed.
Wow.
They had 1 foot to 1.5 feet of snowfall that night.
Good Lord.
After we came through.
So it was just on your tail, on your heels.
It was right behind us.
Okay, so I know we're probably running long on time, but there's one thing that you were shared with me. I think that this happened this time. I can't remember if it was this trip that you took out there or last trip, but you got to talk about stopping and eating and what happened while you guys were eating.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I talked about... Yeah, that's on the last episode.
Was that on the last episode?
Yeah, that was on the last time we went out. It's on the episode.
That was crazy. Yeah. Crazy. I couldn't remember if that was something we talked about here or if that was something that you and I were sitting around talking about or not. That was insane.
Yeah, nothing that dramatic happened this time.
Okay, good.
No places got robbed while we were having dinner this time through. But yes, that was pretty insane.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and the guy who robbed the place was on a bicycle.
So that's nuts.
Yeah, that's the whole reason they told us about it, because Omar had one of his bicycle shirts on.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so this episode, guys, just kind of chit-chatting, catching up. If you're going to take a trip out west, I strongly suggest it. It's amazing to see.
It's good fun.
It is a lot of fun. There's, no matter what you're going to do out there, like what your plan is, there's always something that goes awry, and there's always something that you're going to bring back on a trip like that was unexpected, that makes it all worth the while. Right. So by all means, get out there, see our country. It's a beautiful place. Aside from that, you guys can catch us anytime that you want to. You can see us on Facebook. You can. We have Facebook /2mindspodcast.
Yep. You can look us up on Twitter @twomindspodcast.
We would love to get an email. Just one. That's all I'm asking. Just one.
Yeah, it would be nice.
twomindspodcast@gmail.com. If nothing else, just say hi.
Yeah. And as always, you can find this episode and all of our previous episodes on our hosting site, twominds.podbean.com. Or look us up on Spotify. And I did find out that you can put quotation marks, 2 Minds Podcast, quotation marks. That'll pull us up if you're searching under podcasts as well. Or either one of our names pulls us up.
Awesome. So good trip, dude. That sounds like you guys had a good time.
It was so much better this time. The extra week of travel time made all the difference from complete suffering and agony to an enjoyable trip.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when you have time to do the things you want to do, I mean, that's just...
Yeah, and it was a bonus getting to see, like, Vegas, which I'll probably never, ever see.
But it's an